Welcome to Wellness Wednesdays. I'm Dr. Alex Pieruccini, and I'm a staff psychologist at the Counseling Center. Today I will teach you some tips on how to identify and dispute negative self-talk. The language we use to communicate with ourselves plays a major role in the way we experience the world and how we feel. This is why being aware of the language we use is super important. We all experience negative self-talk at certain points in our lives, and it can dramatically change our well-being, our emotions, and confidence level. Because most of our thoughts happen automatically and often outside of conscious focus, the first step to changing them is to increase awareness of the thoughts as they happen. Once you begin noticing your self-talk, you'll become better at identifying patterns and coping with the thoughts that arise. To start, spend some time becoming more aware of your thoughts. An easy way to start doing this is starting with noticing random and quick changes in your mood and asking yourself, what was going through my mind just then? With this practice, you may find that certain types of thoughts contribute to changes in your mood. Look for patterns in your thinking or judgment words. We all fall into common thinking traps from time to time, like mind reading, which is when we think we know what others are thinking, and fortune telling, which is when we are sure we know what is going to happen next. Examples of these include believing that everyone hates you for some reason, or being sure that you're going to fail a test, despite having studied and not having any evidence otherwise. People often notice themes in the language they use, like using strong words such as must and should to describe things. Similarly, people might use all or nothing words, like perfect and failure, or good and bad, to describe themselves. This language can be harmful because it keeps us thinking and feeling in terms of extremes rather than finding a healthy middle ground. Also be on the lookout for thoughts that tend to catastrophize or expect the worst for circumstances not related to life and death matters. These types of thoughts can lead to undue feelings of panic and anxiety. Once you've begun to notice your own negative self-talk patterns, there are many ways that you can try to dispute or alter this type of thinking. Sometimes our negative self-talk is not completely rooted in facts or logic. One strategy to help when these thoughts arise is to argue against the negative self-talk with logic. If you find yourself mind reading or fortune telling, pause and check the facts of the situation. You may even want to look for evidence that supports and disputes a specific thought. If you engage in all or nothing thinking or catastrophic thinking, it will be important to change your language to reflect a more balanced or accurate view of yourself or situation. Question your catastrophic words and assess the real damage potential of the situation. Stay away from extreme words and instead try to describe things non-judgmentally. Finally, you can challenge your should and must statements by questioning them and replacing them with more realistic and forgiving thoughts. For instance, if you tell yourself something like, I should eat healthy all the time, try replacing it with, my goal is to eat healthy as much as possible. Thank you for watching, and tune in next week for another Wellness Wednesday video.